And that right there was Metallica with Turn the Page. Here.
Hello.
Here on Not a Clue Podcast. We're back on YouTube again. And
Hello.
actually, it's actually broadcasting because I can see my hand waving.
Hey!
So if you guys want to check us out on YouTube, go to Not a Clue Podcast. The first name of the channel is Not a Clue, all one word. Second is Podcast. Check us out. You can actually see what we're doing. It's not really exciting. But you can still watch us.
Speak for
But
yourself.
we're here.
It's a new way for us to try to get the show
A little more exposure.
Yeah. So when we finally, I finally got an email the other day saying that we were allowed to do this, as long as we didn't do any copywritten shit. So that's why we didn't do the.
So about that Metallica song.
Yeah. Well, no, we can talk about those type of things.
Oh, yeah.
We just can't. I think we can do like 7 to 10 seconds total, and that's.
Yeah, you ain't got much time.
Then it kicks in. So, but anyway, this is Not a Clue Podcast. My name is Brad.
I'm not.
That's CD. We have Cody Jenne from the North Country Tigers.
Hello.
And you're listening to Spreaker.com/show/Not a Clue Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Not a Clue Podcast. Find us on that Twitter thingy at Not a Clue Pod. Again, I already did the YouTube channel, so I'm not going to do that speech there. And if somehow we still haven't gotten an email, well, no, I take that back. We've gotten one email in the entire time that we've done this, and it was from that the rapper in Miami who wanted us to play his music. That's the only person that's ever sent us an email.
There you go.
He's making tacos.
Keith is making tacos? Oh. Is he listening to the damn show?
I don't know, but...
With his taco. I don't know. It's very Mexican-oriented. We started with nachos.
He should be.
Arriba! Anyway.
Arriba la raza. That was for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Conan. I appreciate that. But I forgot where I was. Oh, yeah. Cody Jenne from the North Country Tigers is here.
Hey!
So, we were kind of going through upcoming season shit for the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're just going to, if you want to wing some stuff, because I wrote down a handful of questions and I've already exhausted them. Do you have any questions for him, CD, really quick? Like anything that we didn't cover yet? Because you said you might wing some.
Huh? Nah. I can't wait for the team.
Just to get the season started.
Yeah.
Again.
So I think that's pretty much where all of us are at this point, is just waiting for, right now, that wait and just to get the season started. And now here we are, just 2 months away.
I was going to say, when does the season start again?
Our preseason game, our Sandstone Bowl, is June 2nd.
We'll be there.
But the season officially starts the next Saturday versus Ithaca.
We'll be there.
So it's picking up pretty much right where we left off last year in a overtime battle with the Ithaca Warriors.
A defensive juggernaut.
An offensive game where everybody got to the 10-yard line and stopped.
Pretty much. Let's get it in zone.
Actually, that brings me to a question. Do you guys have a kicker this year?
Yes!
Holy shit!
We have 3, actually.
What?
Thank you, Plattsburgh.
You went from -2 kickers to 3.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
We saw the one field goal that we attempted all year and how it failed miserably. And went, we need a kicker. And we ended up going out recruiting, and we found 3, 2 of them coming out of Plattsburgh, just coming out of high school, actually.
Nice.
And then in section 7 in the Plattsburgh area, they use field goal kicking way more than section 10 does. As in, they actually use field goal kicking, and we don't. But
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, we have one of our guys can kick over 40 yards, so
I can kick over 40 yards.
here's hoping to never going into overtime again, because we actually have a field goal kicker.
I still remember last year, all of us in the booth, all the sections of the booth, when the clock ran out, but they ran the play, when you guys...
Right on, the ball got to the 0.5 yard line.
And we're all... Everybody in the booth is going, what's going on? What happened?
There was a good amount of silence from both the crowd, the players on both sides. You could hear a pin drop in Potsdam as we're all waiting on pins and needles for the ref signal.
I heard the ref's indigestion. That's how quiet it was.
It was dead silent.
I was eating nachos.
I was going to say, except the crunch of nachos in the corner.
No, I think at that time your nachos were gone. Oh, okay. I'm making sure.
Nachos are not going to last the whole game.
Nachos made its opening kickoff.
No, they didn't even make the kickoff.
I was gonna say they didn't make kickoff.
I was done before the national anthem.
He was eating during the national anthem. He's like,
I was gonna say before our 2 national anthems.
I
Listen,
can't stop. I can't
It
stop.
was either take a knee or eat nachos.
Eat
I love,
nachos.
I love Colin, but I'm eating my nachos.
That's how you take a stand.
Well, the XFL is becoming a thing in 2 years.
Okay.
Maybe Mr. Kaepernick can get a job.
God, that's something I do want to bring up during the show.
This is the XFL.
Jesus Christ.
Point 2.
I wonder if Matt Vetsturgeon's going to go back, getting now his new Sunday night baseball gig, and go back to the XFL to his roots.
I like Fred Sturgeon.
So do I. He's a really good announcer. I think he really is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was actually very happy that ESPN pulled him in for Sunday night baseball.
I wish they would have fired Stuart Scott. I mean,
Wow!
Whoa, now. Oh, those shots are fired.
no, I'm trying to think of the dudes. Loudmouth, the pompous one. Stephen A.
Oh, okay.
I agree with that one.
I love Stu.
They got rid of Skip Bayless,
Which made
who
me...
immediately went to Fox
For a ton of money.
to do the same thing.
You know what I'm mad? I'm still waiting for Bomani and Israel. Pablo show.
I want that show to come
Me
out
too.
so bad. That'll be the smartest sports broadcast that there would
Ever.
Be. Yeah. I
Give
mean, it would
Fox
be
time.
just a step. ESPN. It'd be just a step above this show. And as in step, I mean Mount Everest step.
I thought it was just one big step.
Yeah, it's the you have to they basically go the entire climb of Mount Everest.
Twice.
Well, right now Disney's kind of forming the sports monopoly of owning both Disney and Fox
I was
Sports
gonna
now.
say they're
So-
in the process of owning Fox Sports, so that I think that's going to be great.
I just can't wait for Bomani show.
I
I love Bomani.
Yes.
He's my favorite now. He's my
Well,
favorite.
look how long it
sports
took
person.
for the Greenberg show to get on the air.
True.
This show was supposed to come out in February.
Yeah, and it started just the other day.
Yeah, it
Get
just
up.
started.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, Greenie's show was supposed to start then too. Remember, Beetle and Jalen stopped doing all their other shit except for the countdown.
I was gonna say
I
they still
found
do
Beetle
countdown.
annoying.
What's that?
I find Beetle annoying.
Do you? First, we're way off topic.
It's
but
not that she
okay.
doesn't know what she's talking about.
She does know what she's
She's
talking-
incredibly knowledgeable.
she really is.
She doesn't know how to word it.
She does that well. Though I think she does.
Yeah.
She her opinions bother me a little.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do Rachel Nichols' opinions bother you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. I had to ask that
but
question.
it's not.
Yes.
It's not a female thing.
No. Because
I love Jamila Hill.
sometimes their opinions kind of
Exactly. It's
No.
this holier than thou.
yeah. Like you guys on YouTube just saw what I did, but
Yeah. It's
nobody listening through the
Um,
podcast.
holy-
Like I love Doris Burke.
Oh, so do I.
Yes.
I don't like. I hate when she's calling games, but when she's not calling a game and talking, I thoroughly
I
enjoy
can't
her.
think of the other one's name.
Jessica Mendoza.
Yeah, I like Mendoza. No, she's amazing in the booth.
She is really good in the booth. She
I was
really
gonna say
is.
she called. Didn't she call the NCAA women's championship game?
Very well could have.
Say-
No.
I'm talking about from Sunday Night Baseball.
Oh
Sunday
yeah,
Night
she's
Baseball.
also very good.
No. Did Doris Burke do that?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say. I
absolutely.
think it was Doris who made
Doris
the
and
call.
Rebecca Lobo and the Adam Amin. I think because he was the guy that made the call
I
when
didn't
she
wa-
made the
I
shot.
didn't
Yeah.
listen to that. I was watching the game,
Yeah.
and
No, he was on the TV. He was on the TV.
Unfortunately, I
I
admit.
wasn't listening to it.
Oh.
I was
He-
watching it and doing other things.
Unfortunately, I admit that's the only game I watched of the women's tournament. But
I watched-
what a game!
The Final Four. I watched some of the
I
Final
watch a
Four.
bunch of female because I have a 4-year-old. So anytime female sports is on, I'll cut it on, just hoping she'll just sit and watch. some
But that
of it.
was good. That was a
Great
great
game.
basketball
Great
game,
game.
just in general.
Man, what's her name?
The one that made the shot.
No, I'm trying to think of the other.
The
female
commentator?
announcer,
It
Yeah.
was Rebecca Lobo.
No, just in general.
Oh, okay.
She does a lot of basketball. I can't think of her
I
name.
can't think of it either. I know who you're talking
She
about.
does
though, 'cause
Pete
so does
Knight a
Brown.
lot.
Yep.
Oh, Ramona Shelburne.
Yes, I
Yes.
love Ramona Shelburne.
I also Holly Rowe, also the cancer survivor
Yes.
with the shaved head.
Yes.
She's really good too.
So I don't want
It's not
people.
so it's not so shaved anymore.
I
It's
don't want
growing
people to
out.
think it's. I don't want our multiple viewers and listeners to think it's a female bias. It's just I can't take.
Well, I had to ask the Rachel Nichols thing because
Yeah,
their opinions kind of do this at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might start here, but
It's a holier than thou type attitude. that I can't get over.
The thing is, sometimes Rachel Nichols says some really good things. Like, she really does. Like, you actually see a white woman standing up for certain things that normally you wouldn't see, especially in the platform that she has, where it's a... Look at Jamel Hill, the risk that she takes with some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Michael Smith, I love. I like
I'm
them.
so mad they're not together no more.
Well, they are. They're on the Undefeated, or the hell it's called. I know, but anyway.
That shit don't count. I wish they would have never left Numbers Never Lie.
Oh,
yeah.
or his and hers, yeah. Well, do they still do the pod?
I don't know. I don't really know.
Because I know they had the pod.
I don't listen to too many pods. I don't have the time, really.
I was gonna say, can't remember if they do or not anymore.
The only pod that I take that back. I can't say the only pod because of this. I listened to a bunch of other ones to try to get like ideas or like I like how they do
bus with between 10 and 25 people
with the fighters from tonight that almost cost
cost
UFC the whole card. Because it cost Hallow, I think that's his last name, Max something.
Holloway.
It cost him his main event spot.
No, he pulled out. The doctors wouldn't clear him.
Oh, okay.
But it cost Michael Chesna.
Yep.
Chesna?
Yes, because he got glass in his eye.
He got severe lacerations. Rose Namarunas. I don't know I'm saying her name wrong, but she was the co-main. They said the one of the things thrown through almost hit her and broke her hand.
Let's say the dolly.
Arbor, whatever kind of guy's name is. He was pulled from the card for being a part of it.
Yep.
And somebody else, I don't remember who.
Well, and then you got Conor McGregor himself, who was arrested for assault.
Three counts. It was three counts of that, and then 1 count of felony criminal mischief because of what he did.
He's on $50,000 bond, and he's facing multiple laws. He's not yet, but he will be facing.
The thing is, he's gone back. They allowed him to go back after he posted bail. He's back in Ireland now. But...
Did he go back to Ireland?
Yes, they allowed him to go home.
I know that they allowed him, but I didn't know if he left because I know that Dana White wants him to...
I think him and Dana White had a conversation today at the Barclays Center before tonight's event to
that's
talk it over.
That's all that's going to be talked about is that. Like that's
the over-under on that coming up tonight, 10, 15.
I'm going to say right now the pre-card is...
probably talking about it.
Is airing right now on FS1, and they just aired right before the fight that's going on now. They just aired the video.
Oh, okay.
Of the incident.
Oh, did they?
Dana White is actually on commentary right now.
Oh. Talking about it?
Probably addressing the incident.
I don't even want to see the fight tonight.
And even, too, where McGregor stands with UFC at this point.
If he comes back, it's ridiculous. He should never be able to fight UFC again.
I agree.
I agree with that, too. Because
he already had been fucking around and basically him and Han with all this shit and demanding this enormous amount of money that Dana White has already said, I'm not giving you. And then he does this shit
and then Dana had just pulled his championship from that he hadn't defended in over 2 years.
Yep. They say he stripped him. You ain't stripping me of shit.
You stripped yourself, son.
You haven't defended the belt in 2 years.
It was a meme, but I don't think it's like this is a way to not have to fight Khabib.
Yeah.
Yes. Sounds about right because
that's a good.
I was gonna say it's an intimidating dude, but
I'd be scared of him.
But to not defend a belt for 2 years and then not expected to get stripped, what do you think? You're not even in the weight class anymore.
It's Dana White's fault.
Yeah, he let it go on for that long.
He created him. When you stand behind someone that
he followed the cash.
Yep, absolutely.
He followed the cash because Conor McGregor, everybody knew he was going to fight Floyd Mayweather, and it was a matter of time. And Dana followed the cash of that, and of course his whole notorious attitude of just being the badass of the UFC followed the money, but now he let it go so far.
He followed the money, and now his money.
Now he followed the money right into bail money.
He's right in the window of the bus.
Yeah,
but MMA Junkie, you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
They Ryan Phillips, who was a part of the Big Lead and MMA Junkie, wrote a thing just within the last little bit saying that Conor McGregor has basically just cost himself millions of dollars because Dana White actually said this too on Golic and Wingo as well, saying that they actually were about ready to finalize probably one of the biggest lucrative contracts, even though it wasn't close to what he wanted, that they would ever have, and they planned it to be for, I don't know if that just was on my phone, but for the 25th anniversary press conference of all sorts of stuff. Mm-hmm. But instead he ruined the card, did this, did that, and it says right now that I'm trying to read this entire thing super fast.
I wonder if they're going to give refunds.
Well, just with him, they're still running the event. I'm sure if anybody asked, the UFC would probably be more than happy to. Dana seems to be a very straightforward owner on that and go, okay, here's the fight that you were promised.
He is a dick, though.
Oh, but he's a dick.
Yeah.
He's one of those, you want him in your corner.
And he's even said, I'm not in his corner. Like, he's even said, I'm not. No,
but he's even said he's going to stand up for what he believes in, regardless of whether that's good or bad. But
he was going to get, just a speculation, this isn't true, it was going to be multi-million dollars per fight, which doesn't normally happen with the UFC. You're looking at their biggest stars get, maybe $1 million tops?
I know most,
it's a few $100,000 for the main event guys, like the big guy, the champions. It's like $750,000, I think. I think
closest I've seen was Chuck Liddell made about $800,000 on a show.
I don't know if it was that.
That was back in the day. That was around UFC 100.
I think that was back before Dana White had control, though.
Jones was making almost $1 million.
I was going to say
John Jones.
It was the Cormier fight. The Cormier fight. They each pulled in 1.4, which is I think one of the biggest. Don't quote me on the total, but it was
one of the biggest
at
totals
the time.
It was
heavyweights make a.
I think between the two of them, it ended up being the most or one of the most in the history of the company, and he would have done that by himself.
Well, not no more.
And now
everything he has in the bank.
The last line says
he's screwed.
The last line says, "Now that's a lot of money that just got flushed down the toilet in the course of 2 hours."
Yep.
Because say what? What do you make $100 million off of the Mayweather fight?
Easily.
It was
closer to 75.
I think it was 75 million. Mayweather did the 9-figure check.
Oh, absolutely.
And he took the picture of it to prove it.
Yeah. Oh, he was promoted, but
I'm just saying.
Say 75 million.
I think it was 75 million.
He's gonna lose 40 of that in lawsuits alone.
Oh, he's
easily.
He's gonna lose a lot. Does the fighters have a big thing now? Because they be like, look, you just cost me this amount of money and the hospital bills and this. The bus company's gonna sue it. The Barclays Center
could
do it.
Dana White.
They say Dana White himself could go after him.
If he
yes, they were able to save the card because there was one fighter who took it in 24 hours notice.
Yes.
To save the main event from the title fight.
He's fighting Khabib.
He's flying in. He flew in just for the fight.
I can't think of his name now.
But, I mean, good for him for taking a 24 hours notice. It's a title fight, but I think he's going to get robbed. Yeah, but...
Listen, I thought Khabib was going to beat Ferguson.
Mm-hmm. I mean...
I wouldn't have mind seeing him and Holloway if Holloway had a full camp.
But this is where Dana White could go after him going, you almost ruined my debut at the Barclays Center in New York City.
He's going to lose...
I mean, yes, Dana White, they did work Madison Square Garden.
10 to 30 million, I'm thinking. Anywhere between that.
Easily. Just in buy rate alone. And
it's a lot of money.
Say UFC could get him for...
Just being an idiot.
Tampering.
Just being an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, yes, there's going to be pushing and shoving that goes around in the UFC.
That's fine.
Oh, but even Dana,
look at just mixed martial arts as a whole. It's going to happen no matter what you do.
Dana White said that he's like, look, he goes, we're a fighting company.
It happens.
We promote violence, but there's a fine line between fighting and being an asshole.
What did he lose? 50,000 when he threw the water bottle alone?
Yeah.
So imagine what he's going to lose. No.
I mean, the guy got... I mean, yes, the guy from his entourage did get shoved around.
Yeah, but that's no reason to do that. Yeah.
That's no reason to hop a plane from Ireland to New York City just to do what he did.
I agree, but I do like that type of have my...
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to fly across the country, across the world for you to kick someone's ass.
But...
that's kind of dope.
The caveat of but... of doing that.
That night, Conor McGregor ended up in a New York City prison.
Yep. Yeah. Well, so, that and for having your back, you got cost your fight as well,
and probably your contract in UFC.
I'm just saying that's kind of dope.
It is. No, it's seriously.
It is.
Brad, I love you like a brother. I ain't flying nowhere.
Hang on 1 second. I do have to say something. Stephen White, former member of the North Country Tigers.
Steve.
He's living in Texas right now. He's listening. He says
My buddy.
He wants to say what's going on.
What's going on, Stefan?
How's it going, Steve?
Stefan Urkel.
He just friend requested me today too. Small world.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the 7-foot man.
7
The
foot
tower on the line.
7 foot knuckleballer.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
It's true.
We went to college together and he tried out for the baseball team with me.
Oh.
He's a 7 foot knuckleballer. It's amazing. Love that guy.
When you let go of the ball, it's basically where the bat was coming.
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
When he played first base for our team for a couple of games, and you could throw it within 20 feet of him, and he'd just catch it.
Not
Like that.
me. I got a 3-box window.
Trifecta.
This is the window he's talking about.
That's why I'm playing second base this year.
There you go.
His window goes like this, at least at second.
No, I cover a lot of ground at second.
Actually, by the end of the year, you did really good.
And I hate it second. I was like, I'm
Steve
not
goes,
playing second.
"Wow, you remember that?"
Listen, college was some of the best times of my life. I love college.
It wasn't college so much that was the best. It was the non-college activities, I will say.
I loved my class. I'm lying.
I hated school.
I loved college.
I did too, but I got that degree.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little too shy.
However, I am not.
I know you're not.
Nope.
The fact
I was going to say, you and me could have a party.
Okay. Listen.
The fact I can do shows like this, and I played in bands where I actually got to play on stage, is still surprising.
I got not one shy bone in my body.
I have
I
almost
work
all
in
of
way
them.
too many public jobs to not be shy.
I don't care what people think.
When I'm at my job, not shy. Like when I'm doing this, I'm not shy. Like when I do things like this, not shy. But then you put a girl next to me, and
He turns into Raj from the
Oh.
first
Yeah.
seasons of Big Bang Theory.
Oh,
yes,
dear.
this is true. This is severely true.
Humana.
Yeah, like sweat pouring off me to like where I just ran a marathon. Like it's pretty
I don't
bad.
know, I've never been able to be shy. I grew up in New York City. Shy don't work there.
I was going to say, you can't be shy in a city, especially New York City
You
of
gotta
all.
Gotta be loud and boisterous and
And even
It's not picking you up suddenly. Your microphone. I don't know why.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't either. Hey Steve, can you hear CD all right when he's talking?
You can always hear CD.
I was going to say, this microphone over here could pick him up.
It did last week because I forgot to plug it in. I forgot to plug his microphone in. Yes.
He did.
And it was we had great conversations going on. Oh, you could still hear you guys, but you're echoey in the background.
I don't know why I'm doing
I
that.
don't know. But Steve, let me know if you can still hear.
Any of our loyal listeners and watchers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Steve. If you also want, we're broadcasting through YouTube as well. We're trying it out because we finally were told we were allowed to do that.
Yay!
The question is, do I really want to? That's what he said.
That's a good question.
That's actually a pretty good question there, Steve.
But you're very low, he says.
Is that better?
Holy Jesus Christ.
Fuck face.
But Steve, if you want to check us out through YouTube, you can actually see us like while we're doing it. Wow, that sounds bad. But while we're doing the show.
Speak for yourself. Hey, Steve, want us to talk about anything?
You can't put that on YouTube.
Wow, now you're like through the roof.
I just cut my mic up. I'm going to cut it back down.
you went way through the roof.
Oh, fuck you.
But through the podcast page, define better.
I don't like you very much right now. I'm unfriend requesting you.
But Not a Clue is the first name of the channel, and podcast is the second. We're broadcasting live through there to try it out because we're finally allowed to. So if you want to do that, go right ahead. I don't know if anyone has because I can't see the number next to the little dot there.
It's a 0.
50.
It's a 0? No, it's 57 minutes. 57 people?
okay.
I wish it said
I
57
know it
people.
says 57 minutes, you dumbass.
Oh,
They can't see the 0.
Oh, I mean, 570. It's a 0 after the...
99.
God damn it.
Look at all those zeros.
Yes, yes, yes.
Just like my bank account.
No, that's just 2 zeros.
No.
That means 0 cents.
It's just 0.00.
Oh, you get the 3? Might have just...
You can put as many zeros on the end of that as you want. It's still 0.
That's very true.
I'm sad now.
You're a sad panda?
You know what makes me happy? My daughter has a lot more money in her bank account than I have.
I seriously thought you were going to look that direction and grab the nachos.
No, I got to chew on it.
Oh, okay, all right.
But that makes me happy. All my bills are paid. My car is paid off.
There you go.
Fridge is full. But I'm broke.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, there is.
Well, being broke, yeah.
No, I'm not broke. I'm lying.
$2.
I have $3. 2, 3, 4.
I'm rich, bitch. He's a billionaire.
And 35 cents.
Dominoes.
Shit, I can't even go get another bag of chips. Oh yeah, I can.
Actually, yes, you can.
$4.29, and I got change.
If you go to Walmart, it's like $3.29.
Nah, fuck that shit. I'm going home. Told you. Nope, I can go buy 2 of those Sasalitos, whatever the whole name is.
Oh, I saw what's his face's truck at the health food.
the Jenne.
Yeah, I saw it there. Yeah, he said that we should make something so that he can put it up.
Yep.
For that too.
Fantasy football?
I don't do fantasy football, but I do love me some football.
No,
Clearly.
we have a league we've been going on for. This is going into our 3rd year. Again, I don't know how we always never stay on a subject. We're going into our 3rd year, and I think we're losing 1, if not 2 people. So
I might be able to get into it. I just gotta learn about it here a little bit.
No, you don't. You don't know our league.
Okay, never mind then.
I was gonna say his wife won the first year.
Oh.
No, it's going into our 4th year because that's
Third
the
year.
3rd champion. It's our 3rd champion.
Oh yeah,
It's our 4th year.
because I'm the champion.
He's the champ. He's got the belt.
The reigning, defending champion.
And my ring's in the mail. No,
Is
I
it?
didn't order it yet. I did order the shirt.
Oh, did you?
The
So
shirt
he's-
will be at the draft.
Nice.
It's last place. Person has to wear the shirt at the draft,
There you
and
go.
then whenever they want after that.
And then, but and didn't we say you have to take a picture at some point in public with you wearing
Yeah.
it? So
It's gonna be awesome.
What is it of again?
I changed it. I couldn't find that one. I couldn't find the unicorn one, but it's like a set of boobs with a bra, a football bra vest. And this guy sucks at fantasy football. And it's bright pink.
Nice.
Hello, Snarky of Oz. What's going on?
Hello.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, gracias. Y tú muy bien, gracias.
He hit the SAP button. I'm sorry. I apologize. I have no idea who that is.
Tu quiero Taco Bell.
But thanks for listening, Snarky of Oz. I appreciate that.
The fact that Taco Bell's been playing nacho fries.
He came in when you were talking about that. He goes, "Dude, boobs rock." Yes, this is true.
Welcome to the show. You are our favorite person right now.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Like us on Facebook.
Yes. Go ahead.
Oh, somebody posted something on something.
Oh, did they?
We got a viewer.
Hey, we got somebody on YouTube.
It's probably Steve.
It probably is Steve. Probably is Steve. So I told him to check it out.
He doesn't have internet access.
He's in Texas. He doesn't have that stuff.
He's got big steaks.
He's tall enough to be his own cell tower, for
I
the
want a steak
record.
now. We were talking about steaks earlier. I want
I
a
can't see
steak.
what that says.
Damn, CD, what's wrong with thy face? Thy face?
Who is that?
Steven.
This is Steve.
Steven.
Thy face. Apparently, this is biblical times.
We're getting very fancy up in here now.
God damn.
What is wrong with thy face?
Thy face.
All right, can we talk about some sports?
Let's go with
Yes.
some sports. So, let's go with some NBA action right now. So, what does Kyrie's surgery do to affect the Celtics' chances at even winning a series in the playoffs?
They'll win the first round.
See, they'll
you
still
think
win
they
the
will?
first
They'll still
round.
win the first round.
That's good.
But
I'm a Celtics fan.
Beyond
I'm
that?
super biased on that because I'm a Celtics
I didn't have
fan.
them going very far, as you know. So
I know you
It
did.
doesn't matter to me.
I was gonna say beyond the first round. I think it matters greatly.
Well, actually, right now, the way that the thing is set up, with how the game played out yesterday, it would be the Cavaliers in the second round playing Toronto. Do you think they want that to just get them out of the way?
I don't
and
think. Like I told you, you know my.
Oh
my
yeah,
team.
you
I don't think any team in the East can beat LeBron 4 times in 7 games.
it doesn't matter what seed they are. Because when you
Tough.
take so
He's in playoff mode right now. He put up 44, 11, and 11 last night.
again, I told you this last year during the playoffs. When he just puts his head down and fucking goes, he becomes alpha motherfucker and just rolls right through.
Hey, well, he's rounding into alpha motherfucker style right now. Because that guy's... He's fucking 15 years in and he's
Still the king.
getting better. He got better. Just even if it's just a notch better. It's his 15th year. I'm like, holy shit. 15 years ago, I couldn't do... Well,
And he's still probably got 6 or 7 years to go.
I think he's going to play 20 years. He's going to end
He's
up...
gonna be like Ichiro. He's gonna still be around.
He's going to, like... Even if his stats go down to just his rookie stats, which were pretty much the worst of his career, he'll still end up in the top 10 in points, rebounds, and assists. He'll probably take over Kareem for points. He'll be somewhere around 5 in all time for assists, and
he'll
in
be
the top 35 rebounds.
I was gonna say I was gonna give him 25.
He'll be around 35.
Yeah, but I mean, if he plays,
Everyone above him is a center or a power forward.
Yep.
and then you got to look at all the assist people that will
Everyone
be
above
just
him
ahead.
is a point guard.
Would be a point.
Magic, Stockton, Kidd, Mark Jackson. He'll be in that company.
Quite elite company to be in.
But you can't name 14 more.
I probably could.
You probably could.
Gary Payton's there.
Yeah,
Gary.
Steve Nash.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Listen, I'm not saying this to brag or nothing. I do almost zero preparation for the show.
He does. True.
Everything that I talk about, and 95% of the times, I'm pretty accurate. It's just from my love of sports. I've been loving and doing and playing and watching sports and reading sports stuff since I could remember. So,
Kind of a
I can barely remember what just happened at the beginning of the show. So
kind of a pseudo, somewhat off-topic thing, but still relates to the NBA. What do you think about the possibility of them expanding 2 more teams? Like getting discussed again.
well, the money is
money grab.
I was gonna say the money's there. The thing is though, if they do it, they better go back to Seattle.
I was going to say the first city that they have to go back to is Seattle, Washington.
Seattle.
Agreed.
I still, even all these years later, I'm still salty about how they lost the Supersonics.
As somebody where we live geographically, I'd love to see Montreal get a team.
I was thinking another team. In
I would
Canada
love to see
not be
Montreal get a
bad.
team.
Would not be because the NBA is international now.
Say still, the team in
Well,
Toronto's
and-
doing fine attendance-wise.
I was going to say if that's the case, then Vancouver.
I'd be okay with
But
that.
the thing is though, you have Seattle, Vancouver. That's like right there.
Yeah, because there's 17
Well,
teams. in fucking
you
New
also
York.
you also have to throw Portland into that mix too. The Trailblazers are right there as well.
True, yeah. But
Could create your own little division out there.
17
though.
teams in and around New York, so I think it'll be okay.
I was gonna say, just look at the New York metro area.
You
You've got enough teams to go
You
around.
got 2 teams literally in subway ride apart.
Well, and then you look at playoff
and then just go
playoff
down
implications.
95. Just go up and down 95 then. You have
Yeah.
Celtics. You got the Knicks. Well, then you got to go a little ways in for the Nets.
Not much.
No, I was gonna say it's not that far off.
You got the Sixers. You got the Wizards. I almost said the Bullets.
The Washington Willabullet.
I almost said the Bullets.
The Willabullet.
I almost said the Bullets. And then by then you have to deviate to get to Charlotte.
But it's still,
And
it's
then
still,
deviate
still
to get to
not that
Atlanta.
far
still in the
off.
same
And
vein.
then when you go down, you got Miami all the way at the base.
Look, you got 3 Texas teams in Texas alone too, so I think that triangle area or oval or whatever you want to call it out there could sustain it. Vancouver's big enough.
And then you've got Portland, that's big enough to travel to Vancouver if need be. And then you got Seattle, who is probably the most dedicated sports fans anywhere.
They're starving. They're starving. Well, wait. For the
Ever
Sonics,
since the
for
Seahawks.
the Sonics, they would be.
For an NBA franchise,
For how long?
Yeah, I was going
You
to
gotta
say.
think
you would
left
probably get the
for a
first
reason.
2 seasons. They left because their winning record really wasn't.
And they wanted a new stadium and all that bullshit.
It wasn't.
gonna say,
there.
that-
They would
that
still
is-
end up playing at KeyBank Arena.
Would they?
Yeah, because they haven't updated. Well, they updated KeyBank
That'd be awesome.
enough because they still have a WNBA team in Seattle.
Here, trivia question, real quick. When was the last full season of the Supersonics?
2007, 2008.
He is correct.
I was gonna say it was Durant's second year.
Here is the bonus
Second year of KD.
bonus question.
I would've got that.
Who was the coach when the team?
It wasn't McMillan.
Oh dear God! I was gonna say the last coach I can remember from them is McMillan.
Your one hint is
Is it Del Negro?
No. Your one hint is going to be he does broadcasting at times for ESPN. That's your only hint you're getting.
Oof. Can't think of it.
We've broken out into some good trivia here.
I was gonna say, damn.
No. Also coached in college.
Hubie?
Nope.
No clue.
He may have gotten choked out before.
Oh, Calissimo.
There it is.
Oh,
So
Trail!
it was like this.
I was gonna say Calissimo.
Why do you think he has such a raspy voice, Suman?
I'm so mad I didn't get that right. I'm so upset with myself.
Well, you have the MLB too. Also thinking of going back to Montreal.
I would love that so much.
I'm going to say the possibility, it might not be called the Expos, because the Washington Nationals have already made clear they do not want to give up the name.
I'm not mad at them. I don't care if they call the
there
Montreal
is-
fuckfaces.
Let's say that,
I will be
How do you
there.
say that in French? Because that's what it would be.
La face. La face fucked.
but yeah, you would, but there is the chance that they're talking about putting a team back in the city of Montreal.
I will be there first game of the
Oh my god.
period.
Season tickets.
I don't know about that.
I would try to get. I'm not joking. I would try.
I got a 4-year-old that's expensive.
And oddly enough,
She's expensive.
Kids are expensive.
She
Where-
loves those damn LOL surprise dolls. Fucking $10.
oh shit. But oddly enough, where some of the NBA or some of the MLB got influenced to go back to a Canadian city was what happened in the NHL with Winnipeg.
Well,
How the Jets returned.
The one thing that's also making them
We only talk about sports on this show.
the one thing that sparks their interest is the last few years they've been doing preseason baseball games
Toronto.
in Montreal, and they are 80% full minimum, and their prices are ridiculously high.
and to fill the Olympic Stadium
yeah, that's a lot
in
of.
Montreal.
I think they pulled in. Here, I can actually look up the actual.
Just a side note, did you see what Vlad Jr. did in Montreal?
yeah,
Yes.
on the final.
Amazing.
That was so great. His swing, like they actually went side by side to walk off home runs. Like the way he trotted, the way everything looked just like
He
Dad.
looks like a dad.
The
a
only-
younger, bigger dad.
The only
His dad.
thing I don't think he would be able to do is hit a ball over his head or bouncing off the ground like he
He
did.
doesn't have- and no one will ever have an arm like.
But just
Guerrero.
to see that happen in the city
That
of
was
Montreal is incredible.
Fat Guerrero's arm was so good.
And to still see that Montreal is still very much engraved in Expos history.
Absolutely.
And still, one of the Expos players, I can't remember who, one of their legends just passed away. And they lit up the entire city in Expos colors.
It's been a while. It's been about 3 years, 4 years, 3 years maybe since I was out there. Last time I was out there, but you still see a ton of Expos paraphernalia,
Oh, yeah.
hats and jackets and.
Major League Baseball themselves still sell Expos merch on their site.
They have to. I like their.
They're also still selling the Supersonics merch.
Oh yeah, well it's always classic things.
I'm normal.
Everyone else is weird.
Who said that?
Steven.
Oh, that's Steve. Okay. I was trying to look up to see if it actually had the
I miss my mouth.
the attendance number.
But I noticed just like every year they go there, the more and more the demand for the Expos or any team in Montreal to come back.
Listen, I will be. I don't know where I'll be. I'll probably be top of the upper deck, but I will be there for the first pitch back in Montreal.
Say we just started stocking more sports stuff over at Walmart. Nah, that's my other overnight job. But we just got in a bunch of Quebec City,
Really?
their old baseball teams merch coming in.
The Walmart and Pasteur?
Yep. So we just got a bunch of Quebec City hats.
Quebec City. Quebec. I just like saying Quebec.
Bunch of Quebec.
I don't like them sometimes though. I was playing poker today. I wanted to knock me out in a tournament. Damn.
There's no Canada like French Canada.
He was so nice about it. He was like, sorry, eh?
They're
Didn't you get it,
Canadian.
No.
That's what they do.
I'm such an asshole. I apologize to all our Canadian listeners.
Words that make sense.
No, it's Canadian.
Canadian.
We were talking about something though.
But just the expo.
Yeah, we're talking about the Expos.
Just
We
the-
were talking
the-
about basketball.
Well, it started with.
It really did actually.
But back to just the NBA being able. Do you think they want to go with two more teams?
Well, they would have to for balance.
Right, but do you think two?
Yeah, they do. They would run uneven like that?
Why not?
Because it seems like they would want to stay
Well, right now
somewhat even. I'll just say
to bring up
somewhat.
to bring up a non-sport in your mind. The NHL has 31, and they're making it work.
That says a lot. No.
Granted, that first-year team being with the Vegas Golden Knights are champions.
Yeah.
They won their division title in their first year with a bunch of
They
rejects
look really good.
from the other team.
And I love their merch. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love their logo.
Yeah, their logo.
And the color scheme that they got.
Vegas did everything right in recruiting, and now they're in a championship scenario. It's not a far-fetched idea anymore to say The Vegas Golden Knights could win the Stanley Cup in their first year.
Nah.
For the people on YouTube, this is the most hockey talk we have had in a... Well, we've been on the air over a year? In over a year.
No.
Oh, no, with the Stanley Cup, we talked about
Yeah, we won the Stanley Cup in
we actually
playoff
did. We actually did.
Because the NHL playoffs are amazing.
Yes, they are.
I was going to say, I like the way the NHL sets it up, too, with the NBA. They kind of pseudo work together.
Yeah.
We're going Stanley Cup night, NBA final. Stanley Cup, NBA
I
final.
like how they also they don't wait until 8, 9, 10 o'clock to put their playoff games on. No. You can catch an NHL game on a Saturday at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Or on a Monday, you don't have to wait until 9, 10 o'clock when you got to be up at 6 o'clock. You can watch a game at 7 o'clock
Exactly.
and be done by 9, 10 o'clock and go to bed at a reasonable time. That's one thing. As much as I love baseball, I hate that about the playoffs. The World Series should not start after 7 o'clock.
I was going to say, it depends on...
7:05, 7:15 latest.
Yeah,
They really try to stick to in the MLB wherever they're at, or even in the NBA they do that too. Wherever they're at, that's the time zone. If it's 7 o'clock in Toronto, and that's where the game is, they don't care where the rest of you
That
are,
bothers me so bad.
or even like when the Lakers are in the playoffs, and all of a sudden games are starting at 10:20 at night because that's 7 o'clock there.
Summertime-ish. And
I hate it personally as somebody who has to get up at 4:30 in the morning for... that's the only thing that sucks about it is because when World Series is on or insert big sporting event like the National Championship starting at for the Final Four starting at 9 whatever the hell that was.
Yep.
come on.
And
everything doesn't have to be in prime time.
I'm
People are
literally-
going to watch.
I'm
period.
trying to watch. I'm in my bed, laying there. Next thing I know, I'm hearing that one shining moment playing in Villanova one. I'm like, oh fuck! I missed the game.
I try and DVR it and then watch it in the morning when I'm getting ready.
And it's not like
I don't have time because I wake up like 33 minutes before I have to leave because I like to make sure that I have just enough time to shower, get my food ready, and out the door.
33
Yeah,
minutes.
my numbers. Remember,
And it's not like they were all the way over in the West Coast either. They're right in the heart of the country.
Listen, even when during the Subway Series,
Yeah.
they literally could walk to each other's stadium and they were starting the games at 8, 9 o'clock at night.
9.
Like, come on.
Let's say 9:20.
And they wonder why they're
Was
losing
la-
so many fans.
And basketball, NBA does it too at times for their main games.
It shouldn't. It
10:30.
should play every other night. I hate the way the playoffs go. Wouldn't it? We won one game, then 3 nights off. Play every other night.
Sometimes it's like 83 days off. It's
It's
like
like fucking playoffs. The postseason lasts as long as the regular
I was
season.
gonna say it's like the basketball playoffs where it goes for 13 months.
I love that movie.
So do I.
Another thing, though, that NBA kind of could rip off from the NHL is every other night there's a game, no matter where the hell it is.
Do it.
In between games, you better be getting on that fucking plane because we're playing in New York. If you're from if your team's in California with the Kings, and you got to play the Rangers, your ass better be on a plane to New York City.
But Rangers aren't playing in the playoffs, but still.
You're
No.
You're not flying commercial anymore.
I'm a Rangers fan.
So am I. Every team
They have a
private
jet.
Get your ass on the private jet where you can relax and lay back and sleep. Get to the hotel where you got a suite. Go to sleep and get ready to play. You ain't got shit better to do.
Exactly. Not during playoffs.
You
Not
ain't
during a
got-
championship
even during the regular season,
series.
you ain't got shit better to do.
True. If you're getting paid millions of dollars, you ain't got nothing else to do.
Get your ass to practice and shoot a commercial every other weekend or something. I don't fucking know.
Do a line up a hooker's ass. Whatever you have to do
I'm okay with
to
that.
get through
As long as the game plays.
playoff. Yeah.
As long
As
as we
long
get to the
as
next
it's
game.
played at a reasonable time.
Don't ever get confused to do a line up of a teammate's ass, because then,
It depends on how close you are with the team.
you know what? They are brothers.
They watch each other and they in the shower.
We're brothers.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
There's a reference.
Give us a high five. That was only about 8 seconds, so.
I just the reference alone, and I'm glad you went with it too.
Cody, you must think we're weird.
No.
So anybody
I've
listening,
been around much weirder.
We haven't really talked about anything.
North Country Tigers were like a lot.
I
Talked for
work-
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I also work in professional wrestling. I've been around much weirder.
Good point.
All right,
This is nothing.
back to a little NBA talk really quick. What now going to Joel Embiid still being hurt and there's still no timetable.
The process.
But they just took over the 3 spot.
The process.
is that going to hurt their chance to try to make a run and maybe surprise and shock the world and make that process come full circle?
It's tough.
I don't know. It depends on how far you had them going.
I was going to say it's really tough to call.
But look at where they're going to be positioned.
Nothing's going to... The only thing that surprised me in the East if Cleveland doesn't come out of it. Nothing else surprises
That'll be the biggest shot.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would surprise me.
Or in the opposite division, if it's not the Warriors or the Rockets. If it ends up being like the Thunder or...
Thanks for listening, Steve. Thanks for joining us, Steven.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Steve.
Steve.
Like I said, no, the West, if Golden State came out, I wouldn't be surprised.
I said other than Houston and Golden State. That would be like another one of those holy shit moments.
I was going to say, OKC could make a good run.
What about Portland?
I don't think they're ready.
Yeah, but let's just say they shock the fucking world. And
Portland comes in.
7-game series, boom. And all of a sudden you now have
in
Portland
my opinion,
versus Philadelphia.
Like, in my opinion, on like no matter where you're seated in playoffs, if you're good enough to make it into playoffs and make a good run, then you deserve to be there.
Agreed.
But it's just like, look at this year in the NCAA with Loyola. They managed to get to the Final Four. I mean, sure, they got the ass kicked in the Final Four, but they managed to get there.
They were playing 6-on-5 all the time with Sister Jean. I mean, that's the way it was.
Man, that woman's a legend in the sporting world now.
She really is.
I'm gonna leave Sister Jean alone.
I was going to say, Sister Jean is a god.
She got Jesus on her side.
Sister Jean.
But
I do love how...
She's my love.
Random side note, I do love how ESPN and Fox News or Fox Sports, whenever they were showing the logos of the teams, they stopped using the LC logo and just put Sister Jean's head into everything.
So smart.
That is why this woman is a legend. You do not disrespect Sister Jean.
I just love I just love how she became baller all of a sudden, because they were like,
she is the greatest nun of all time.
The best was when they interviewed her, I think, around the Sweet 16 time, and they're like, "Oh, how does it feel being, like a national celebrity, a national sensation?" She goes, "Excuse me, honey, I'm actually international because." And it was
that's the most badass line
thing ever.
That's probably the most badass line a nun has ever given.
I'm internationally known and locally respected, bitch. Better check my Twitter followers.
Check my credentials.
When Sister Jean can go around checking people's privilege.
Listen, when she passes away, we might get a day off from school.
That will be the saddest day.
Might be a national
but not to be cynical for a minute. She's 98, so that really could happen any second. Seriously,
I do her.
Even at 98, though, she's traveling around the country with her team. That's dedication.
It really is.
Sister Jean was at every game, in every tunnel, because that was the only place they could get the chair. Yeah. But she was there.
I'm shocked she wasn't on the bench wheeling herself around coaching.
She was the one. She was really the coach.
See, what was happening was it was an earpiece, and Sister Jean's just...
She had the blanket over her. It was really... She was doing plays under there.
Oh, nice. Good.
Although when they won that Sweet 16 game, the celebration she had, watching that go back as a gift, looks like she's getting ready to drop the hottest mixtape of all time. Because she's just like, yeah!
Sister Jean is really Brad Stevens in makeup.
Why do you think he's such a good coach?
He's a great coach. You know how I feel about Brad Stevens.
He found Jesus.
He found the Sister Jean.
Brad Stevens found Butler Jesus.
Sister Jean is probably the best nun-related thing to happen in sports ever since I watched 3 nuns get thrown out of a high school basketball game.
Wait, what?
Oh, I have to tell you guys this story.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, we're bringing the microphones over. Now, do tell.
Back now 3 years ago in Harrisville? Yes, in Harrisville. They were doing their holiday tournament and Immaculate Heart Central was playing. At the time, I was just starting out as a sports reporter and didn't exactly know that Immaculate Heart was a very Catholic school and took Catholic school to a new degree. So
Wait. How did you know with a name like Immaculate Heart that it wasn't super religious?
I didn't realize because I had only known them as IHC. I didn't know exactly what IHC was until I saw them show up. And keep in mind, the whole scenario here is we're in Harrisville, which for those of you that don't know is in the middle of nowhere Adirondacks. And We're playing this tournament, and it's the second game. This game's starting about 7:45, and all of a sudden, in my unknowing mind, I see a priest as a coach in full garb. Several nuns are now in the crowd in full garb. There's scorekeeper. There's about 12 there.
A priest, 12 nuns walking to a basketball game.
The scorekeeper was in full nun attire.
Oh my god.
And the kids they're called the Cavaliers, and they're not like Cleveland. They're wearing basically clown pants, because there's no other way to describe it, like the big blue striped pants. And we get about a quarter into the game, and all of a sudden there's a bad call. It was a missed travel. And these nuns, I don't know what was happening or what got up their knickers, but all of a sudden, these three nuns just leap up in the crowd and start berating the referee. That was a horrible call. You don't know what you're doing. I'm at this point in the corner, cracking up. And then they took the court and got in the ref's face.
Someone just said something. I don't know what it was.
This is my favorite story of all
Which made it all the more better, because now I'm watching Jim Myers, one of the most respected officials in Section 10, get surrounded by three nuns in a court in Harrisville as they berate him about a missed travel call, and then he threw them out.
This is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
At halftime, he walks over to me. He's like, "Is it blasphemy that I just threw out three nuns?" I'm like, "You threw out three nuns in December in Harrisville in the Adirondacks in the cold."
Listen.
Yes.
He's my hero. We need to get him on the show.
I was in the hallway fucking crying. I had to leave the room because I didn't want to laugh at these nuns' faces. I'm fucking crying.
No more that night.
Oh my god.
I'd have shit myself laughing.
It was the greatest moment ever, and I'm so sad that 7 News wasn't there with a camera. Because that would have been the best Bustler beauty of all time.
Life just got so much better for me. Just knowing that story makes my life complete.
I didn't think it was possible. And then I called my boss. I'm like, I have officially seen it all in sports, because nothing is going to top three nuns getting thrown out of a high school basketball game in the mountains.
Only thing I could top that is 4 nuns getting thrown out.
Well, several other nuns applauded the other 3 nuns getting thrown out.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
While the kids are sitting on the bench, horrified.
Where's the fucking cell phone?
Yeah, where's the...
Immaculate Heart kids were horrified. The Harrisville kids thought they were watching the greatest thing ever.
This is like
as they're all trying to fight laughter, including their coach.
If you could somehow look at the 2 benches and look at the difference in their
night and day.
It goes from this
to what the fucking shit.
Listen, I would have got thrown out the game because I would have shit myself on the floor.
There were still 2.5 quarters of basketball left to play. What the hell halftime conversation do you have?
Oh my god.
That's when you go in there and go, let's go play.
I mean, Harrisville, what do you do? I mean, I think you more just saw 20 Harrisville kids, including their coach, just standing there going, what the hell do we do?
We're going to hell.
This is such a... I'm so glad you told the story, Cody. I am so fucking glad.
That might be the best thing we've ever done
on that note, we're going to go to a song.
End of the show. By the time Stephanie McMahon hits the ring, I will be so far gone. She'll become the greatest MILF in wrestling.
She's really married to Helmsley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's legit.
With 4 kids.
Yeah, 4 kids.
She looks good for somebody with 4 kids. I'm serious.
And she's in her late 40s.
She's in her late 40s?
Her late 30s.
I was going to say, she's my age, if I remember correctly.
She is the queen, damn it.
She technically is, if you really think
Granted,
about it.
she's wrestling Ronda Rousey.
That is also true.
So...
Is she really?
Yeah. Ronda Rousey making her pro wrestling debut.
She's 41.
Early 40s.
Yeah, she's 41. She looks good for 41.
One of the better MILFs going in wrestling right now.
Although I saw pictures of Trish Stratus. I've always been a big fan of
Hasn't
Trish
missed
Stratus.
a damn beat. Seeing her in the Women's Royal Rumble I was so happy.
I also...
The fact that the Women's Royal Rumble was a thing and main evented.
And it's going to be and they have the Andre. Oh, what's it? The Mae Young.
Do not call it what it's supposed to be. They originally called it the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal.
Yes.
Which quickly got changed to the Women's Battle Royal, who now has a trophy that looks like ovaries.
Does it really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
I don't think they planned it like that.
Oh my god, it does.
It is
I'm going in my head.
And it's pink. So it is the ovaries trophy.
So I'm remembering the other day Bailey was like touching it and like because they had it out.
She was rubbing the uterus.
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
It was the greatest thing to happen on a PG show. Because Bailey walked over to it and caressed the uterus.
She really
on
did.
Monday Night Raw.
No, this really happened.
I don't know who designed this trophy, but whoever did deserves a fucking medal to get it cleared.
The XFL championship trophy.
It's a uterus. It's the same thing.
It's a dick.
I was gonna say it's gonna be a big dick.
It's the He Hate Me Memorial Trophy. Where He Hate Me himself will present.
I was gonna say, no, you get to take He Hate Me home for the year.
You're stuck with it. And all of his legal bills. You're stuck with it.
You just sit him in your living room for the whole year.
You have to keep cocaine around at all times.
Sorry.
Cocaine's one hell of a drug.
Rick James's couch will be over in the corner.
Rick James, bitches.
But for predictions for the ungodly amount of WrestleMania.
What the fuck are you doing?
Do the top 5 matches.
I was gonna go through because
some of them I just.
All right, I'm gonna.
There's no need to put a story behind half of them because they didn't.
Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss, who I find super gorgeous,
God,
and Nia Jax.
I got Nia Jax.
As much as I want Nia to win, in the worst way,
because it would be,
because it would be the best
thing
ever.
Hang on 1 second, Cody. All three,
sure, go for it.
Right.
I got Nia Jax. She sounds black.
She is.
I have a sixth sense about this thing.
She is actually. She's actually Samoan, but
yeah, close enough.
Close enough.
She's
related to The Rock, like every other Samoan in WWE, except for Samoa Joe. Yes.
Yeah.
No, Samoa Joe did not want that angle.
He's also not related to them.
No, but every Samoan seems to show up, and it's like,
they're always related to The Rock.
Rock's cousin.
It's The Rock's cousin.
Black people, everyone's related.
Look, there was a time backstage.
Well, apparently Jason Jordan's related to white people, so I guess
there was a time backstage when Vince McMahon kept calling Bobby Lashley Shelton Benjamin.
Well,
to where everybody made the joke, all black people look the same.
For the record, I'm glad Shelton Benjamin is back in the WWE because
I am pissed off where he is.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the world's greatest tag team without Charlie Haas, so they're not the world's greatest tag team.
The world's greatest tag team is the Rockers.
Oh my God.
The Hart Foundation.
Marty fucking Jannetty is still wrestling to this day.
Is he really?
Yes, he was just involved in a match last night called the Clusterfuck.
Him wrestling is a clusterfuck.
It is.
Okay, did you see that Shawn Michaels finally cut his hair?
Yes,
I did see that.
And the world burned.
He went from old man with long hair to holy shit, he looked fucking old.
And the world burned.
Yes, yeah, basically.
And the best thing is, he cut it 3 days before WrestleMania. So he went to all these conventions and shit where everyone's basically looking at him going, "Why, Shawn? Why?"
All right, so
and he said he lost his smile.
CD went with Nia Jax. Who are you going with? Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax?
Nia. My heart wants Nia, so I'm going with Nia.
People are posting something.
Oh my God, it's people. Oh my God, it's still Steve.
Steve's back. What's up, Steve? I thought he had to get going.
Oh, wait a minute. I think these are older.
Oh, it's just
those are the older ones.
Repopping back up. All right, so you have.
Both of us have Nia.
You guys have Nia. I have Alexa Bliss. I just have a giant crush on Alexa Bliss.
Little Miss Bliss.
Think with your other head.
For the record, I have probably a crush on almost every women's wrestler. But still,
I thought he was going to say every wrestler on the card.
Huh?
I thought he was going to say he has a crush on every wrestler on the card.
Yes, every
all
single,
the men.
all
the men,
every single dude,
right down to the Big Show.
We should have had him in. He was reffing things last weekend and everything.
Talking about wrestling. I wonder how he's doing.
I have to go to this because I don't know who the hell's in the match anymore.
Which one?
The Battle Royal.
Okay, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal will just consist of everybody who's not working a match at WrestleMania.
That's basically what it is.
So all bets are off at this point.
Yeah, I don't know who it would. It's not showing who's on it.
Give me Sheamus.
No, he's in that match with Braun Strowman.
He's in the tag title match.
Oh, that's the only one I can think. No, I know one more.
I'm trying to get to the
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton's in a U.S. title match. He's actually the U.S. champion.
Oh, here we go. Here's all the
Rey Mysterio Jr.
He's only
He did a one-off at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he did a one-off. He got offered a part-time contract,
And they told him,
said
and he
no.
told them to fuck off.
So holy wow, there's this many people. Last I knew there was like 8.
Just so you know, it's the rest of the roster who's not booked.
It's serious. Oh wow, Mike Kanellis is going to be in it. No
Give me
shit.
the Miz.
No, he's in the U.S. title.
He's the Intercontinental Champion. And by the way, congratulations to the Miz and Maurice on their
just had
child.
babies.
Yeah, there's that baby. Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can think of anybody else. Nope, I can't.
Okay, for this one, because I'm always that asshole who takes an off-the-wall pick for the Memorial Battle Royal because I don't care about it. TJP.
Who's that?
Cruiserweight.
I don't know.
TJ Perkins will win the Andre the Giant Memorial
Brock Lesnar.
Battle Royal.
Wait, I gotta find him on the list.
Brock's in the main event
Who is he?
with Roman Reigns.
Wait, he's not on the list.
Who? TJ?
Yeah,
Damn it.
he's really not on the list.
I was just going to fucking throw it
Here's
there.
quick. Mike Kanellis, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, Kurt Hawkins, Aiden English, Chad Gable, Sheldon Benjamin,
Give me Sheldon Benjamin.
Primo Cologne, Zack Ryder, Rhino, Heath Slater, Goldust, Woken Matt Hardy.
Goldust? Hold on.
Woken Matt Hart. Yes, Goldust is still actually in the best shape of his life.
He lost weight, and
Yeah.
he's actually in
He's
really good
actually
shape.
probably in the best shape
Matt
of his
Hardy
life.
is still wrestling?
Yes, and he is over huge right now.
Delightful.
Delete. Like he is. Yeah, he's gone crazy.
Ah.
Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, Ty Dillinger, Fandango, Tyler Breeze, Apollo, Titus O'Neil, Sin Cara. R-Truth is still fucking wrestling. Ron the Truth Killings.
I think WWE forgot he was there.
I forgot he was there. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Elias.
I'm actually going to go with Elias.
Mojo Rawley.
Because I want to walk with Elias.
Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Kane.
Give me Kane.
Then I'll go
No,
with
give me Sheldon Benjamin. He sounds black.
He is.
He is. He's actually a pretty good wrestler.
Oh, is he?
As you say, it's actually not an off-the-wall pick.
No, it is not.
I'll go with Elias.
I'm rocking this
To
shit.
walk with Elias.
Oops, I just spelled Elias. I just totally backwards the A and the I.
I'm 2 for 2.
That went with Lace.
Walk with Alias.
Elace. I went with Elace.
But Goldust is wrestling still?
Yeah.
I am going to go with Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
He sounds good.
2-time. 2 in a row.
I
Boring Corbin.
That's it. But Vince has a hard on for the taller
Vince McMahon likes
guys.
big
He
sweaty
really does.
man. And
He seriously does. This is not a joke. He's a fan of the sweaty dudes. Big, tall, muscular, sweaty dudes.
Okay.
my God.
The first ever women's battle royal.
Let's say the women's battle royal.
Ronda Rousey.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious. Unfortunately, she's not in it.
Oh.
She's gonna kick Stephanie McMahon's ass later on in the
Oh,
night.
yeah, you told me that. Trish Stratus.
God, I want her to be in that.
Can she?
I technically could. Because it actually just says, so far.
I was gonna say they only have a select few women left.
Give me Trish Stratus. Is she still wrestling?
On and off.
She showed up.
She just did the women's Royal Rumble.
So
It's not off the wall.
And she is there because she was just at the Hall of Fame thing.
watched
All right, give me
Ivory.
Trish Stratus then.
You want her to be? She's not listed. Though.
You can do an off the wall pick for these.
Listen, every pick I
Here's
make is off the wall.
The people that are listed so far: Sasha Banks, Natalia, Lana,
The rest of the women's division.
Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan,
Sasha Banks.
She's in it.
What's that?
Sasha's in it.
Is she
She is
black?
Sasha. Yes.
Yes. She's the boss.
Becky Lynch, Naomi, Bailey, Mickey James, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Carmella.
No, I want Sonya Banks.
Yeah, Sasha Banks.
Sasha.
Same shit.
That's not a bad pick.
With a caveat, if Trish Stratus is in it, I want her.
Sasha Banks
I'm going with Bailey.
or Trish. I'm writing that down.
Or Trish. As you say, Trish shows up. Trish Stratus.
She's the only one I knew.
So who are you going with?
Going to go with Bailey on this one.
Wait, I thought this was the WrestleMania. Why they
This is WrestleMania.
Royal Rumbles?
Oh no, it's Battle Royal.
Oh,
This is the The women's one.
This is the everybody else gets a WrestleMania payday match.
Yeah, I ain't mad
Yeah,
at it.
basically. Basically, yeah.
This is we have a shit ton of wrestlers who need to get on the card.
Basically, yes. Yeah,
I do too.
I gotta hurry up too because my pills are gonna kick in. Like,
Let's go down with the top 5.
I'm gonna quickly. I just forgot where I was. I'm actually going to go with Bailey as well.
We want some Bailey.
Excuse me.
Bailey.
Who did I pick?
You pick
Sasha.
Sasha Banks or Trish.
Oh.
Or Trish.
I had to throw.
Look, if Trish Stratus shows up, I'm going to be marking out. So, I'll go with Trish at that point. It's like, oh, hell yeah.
Cruiserweight title: Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali.
Really, who do you think I'm picking?
Cedric Alexander.
Give me Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Is he black?
No, Mustafa's Indian. Cedric's very black.
That's why.
Wait. I like Mustafa.
Mustafa Ali's very Indian.
Is he red dot or feather?
Red dot.
Give me Cedric.
I'm going to say he's very Bollywood. So.
Basically, yes. I'm going with Cedric as well. Who are you going with, Cody?
Mustafa, actually.
Mustafa. Chicago.
My uncle's name is Mustafa.
I just wanted to go Chicago. Shaka Khan.
Raka Khan.
Okay. Next is the tag title match: Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar, against Braun Strowman and partner.
Braun and partner.
Give me Braun and partner.
Braun and partner.
Just
They're not going to build it this much
Just
to
the way
not
you
have
guys were
Braun
talking
and
about it.
partner.
I'm going with the reason that I said, and that's why I'm picking them.
If they were sitting here, I wouldn't know who Braun was, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yo! He's the big motherfucker who looks like he could eat people.
Okay.
He's the guy that they've had an angle. Somebody just said something. An angle where they had him lift a tractor trailer and tip it over because he was angry.
Nice.
And then he lifted up a car. Elias was trying to get away from him. He lifted up the back of the car so that he couldn't drive
He's
away.
spinning out.
Yeah. Very entertaining to watch, actually.
So you're going with
Give me the.
Braun?
We're all going with Braun
Yeah.
and partner, I think.
Okay. I'm just writing down Braun because
It's Braun.
He sounds like LeBron. So.
alpha motherfucker.
Alpha motherfucker.
Alpha motherfucker.
Alpha motherfucker.
United States Championship match in the Fatal 4-Way.
The Miz.
Nope. Randy Orton.
Close.
Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal versus Rusev.
Rusev!
Give me
Ruru!
Give me Randy Orton. The snake biter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Viper.
The
The
Viper.
Viper.
That was close.
I'm putting RKO because I know what that means.
Yep.
That's his finishing move, right?
Yep.
Nice. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
There you
You're
go.
honest.
Come on now.
You're going Rusev?
Yep. Rusev. Ruru.
He sounds black.
He's
Instead-
not.
instead of
He's
go-
Russian.
Instead of going with what I want to have happen, or what I think will happen, I'm going with what I want to have happen. I want Bobby Roode to get it back.
Bobby Roode.
I'm a big fan of Bobby Roode.
Glorious.
But what I think will happen, it'll be Jinder Mahal. Because there's another foreign tour coming up, and that's the reason why he got the heavyweight title beforehand. So just the reason why I think.
You pay too much attention to this shit.
Now the SmackDown titles, I forgot about this one. It's the Usos going against the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers.
Give me the New Day.
I'm going with the Bludgeon Brothers. The Bludgeon Bros.
Who are you going with, CD?
New Day.
It's a new day.
Are they black?
All of them.
Is that the one with Kofi Kingston in it?
Yes.
Yep.
With the bootios and all
Yeah, I
sorts of stuff.
remember.
And now the
You showed me
pancakes.
something about that last 2 weeks, a week or 6 or one day.
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
Shit.
You're going Bludgeon Brothers?
Yes.
He's in Bludgeon Brothers.
Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
Yes. Bludgeon Bros for Cody. And I am going to go with the New Day as well.
New Day!
Although, I think that the Usos will probably retain, but I want the New Day to win.
I do too, because they make bootios.
Yes. The fact that WWE can market cereal
Called bootios.
and sell it to children
Do
as
they
a
really sell
children's
that?
cereal. Yes.
Oh yeah, they really sell it.
It's a thing. It's bullshit Lucky Charms,
I never
but
seen
it's a thing.
Is it black?
No.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh my god.
Intercontinental title: The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
Finn. No, Miz. That's what I meant. Because I know who that is.
CD says Miz.
And I've been trying to say his name all night, so.
And there it is.
You said Balor?
Yep.
I also say Balor. Because I want him to win the title. Because he should still have had the Universal.
How many goddamn belts did they... Shit, when I watched wrestling, it was like 4 belts.
Each thing now has their own belts.
It was like the Intercontinental Tag Team and the Heavyweight.
Yeah, each show has their 4 belts.
Now there's the Universal Champion, which is the whole company.
Who's the Universal Champion?
Brock.
No. The Universal Champion's only Raw.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's right. Universal Champion is the Raw. I forget that all the time. Then you have the SmackDown Heavyweight Championship, who was AJ Styles.
Oh, fuck that shit. Just make
Alright, and then you have the U.S. title, Intercontinental title.
That's too many.
You have all sorts of titles. The next
It's
one.
like fucking boxing.
Next one, SmackDown Women's Championship.
Asuka.
Charlotte Flair versus Asuka.
Asuka. They're not going to end the undefeated streak of 600 days.
Okay, I'll take her too then.
SmackDown Women.
There's no way. It's too early.
So we're all going Asuka.
Yep.
Okay.
Granted, I say it's been 2 years. It's too early. It's still too early.
And it'll happen like she'll lose it like at SummerSlam or something like the next.
It'll be
one.
random.
They'll just do it on a random
Monday Night
SmackDown.
Raw.
Yeah, they'll do it on like she'll show up in NXT and lose to whoever the NXT.
She'll lose to Eva Marie.
She'll lose the Ronda.
Yeah, she'll lose to Ronda. I was going to say they're building Asuka and Ronda.
That could happen.
Makes sense.
That could happen. Let's see what else we got left here.
That's printing money.
There's only 4 matches left.
Thank God.
It's we have the. I'm out of room. We have the odd tag team title, the tag team match of the general managers versus Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh, Brian and Shane, they're not going to let Daniel Bryan lose his first match back in 3 years.
Okay, I'll take that logic.
It's too emotional. Because he had to retire. They forced him to retire because of concussions, and he just got medically cleared 3 weeks ago.
Okay, I'll take that.
They're not, and he's one of the most popular people in the company. They're not going to let him
No
lose.
clue what he is. See the big lumberjack looking motherfucker?
Yep.
He's not big. He's
No, that's Braun Strowman.
yeah, that's
Oh.
Braun Strowman. Yeah,
The
no,
big-
he's a smaller
Lumberjack looking motherfucker.
Well, he's a little trimmed up.
Now.
I just remember a big lumberjack looking motherfucker.
So we're all going with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon.
Yep.
Shane O'Mac.
Yep.
Does he still punch people?
Yeah, he does. He still jumps off at really high things.
Nice. Dumbass.
Okay, we all went DB and Shane. I put DB because that's the easiest way to do that. Next is the tag match, again, between general managers and other people. Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Steph.
Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey.
Kurt and Ronda. They're not going to let Ronda lose.
Angle, Rousey...
There's no way
I
they're
thought
going to...
Angle retired because of a broken neck.
He did. But it's just a one-off.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a 2-off because he competed with the Shield that one night.
Where he looked like a Make-A-Wish child.
Yeah, he really did. And he was happy.
Literally, he was just so happy to be there.
really
They did
was.
the big entrance and everything. And he just looked like a Make-A-Wish kid that was just happy to be there.
Okay.
Because he's way smaller than the other two guys. So he just looked like a Make-A-Wish kid whose wish it was to
walk
down to the ring with the shield.
Yeah.
So he's just like...
Well, it was
Seth Rollins,
Seth
Roman Reigns,
Rollins,
and Dean.
Yeah, and Dean.
Dean Ambrose. I knew that.
But it was just so funny just to see him like...
Wait, is he in the Royal Rumble? I mean,
No, Dean Ambrose is out with injury.
Yeah, he's hurt.
I was going to pick him.
And then the 2 championship matches, the WWE Championship, which is the SmackDown title, basically. You have AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke.
AJ Styles.
Burp.
That was my pick. Burp is my pick.
Okay. And the upset.
For the champion.
WWE Titty is what I just wrote. I am not joking.
I'm okay with
I
titties.
just wrote WWE Titty. The WWE
The WWE Teddy Memorial Battle Royal.
Yes.
With the uterus trophy.
The uterine wall battle royal. All right,
Again,
so
whoever the fuck decided.
had a great sense of humor.
Oh my god.
All right, so who are you going with, CD?
Just AJ dude.
AJ Styles.
No with Shinny.
You're going with Shinsuke. And I am going with AJ Styles. Oops. Looks like I put A5. Oh well. A5's winning.
I'm okay with that.
And then the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus the champ Brock Lesnar.
Roman, because Brock wants to go back to UFC.
He does.
And Dana White will be waiting backstage with a massive check
Dana White already
that
said
he was going to give
that.
Conor McGregor.
He now has more money to give him.
I was going to say, he was going to give that money to Conor, but, you know...
All right, so...
Then Conor threw a dolly through a bus.
We're all going Roman Reigns, really?
Yeah. Brock's not going to stay.
The only thing that...
Vince McMahon will not offer him Dana White money.
Actually, if you remember, he said... well, he didn't say it, but Heyman said it, that he's going to be doing both. So, the only thing that's going to make... Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
He's still around?
He's still managing Brock.
I thought he died.
No?
Oh, God, it'll be a sad day in hell.
Actually, it would be. It would be a sad day. I would be sad, because I love ECW. Like, that was my shit.
Wasn't he the
We
one
had
with
that
the
discussion.
Undertaker?
Yeah.
No.
Kind of.
No.
Oh, no, Paul Bearer died.
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer.
He died years ago. But,
Okay, makes more sense now. Okay.
But what I was going to say was, he said that he's going to show up at a UFC event with that title as well. So that's a promotional thing.
Look, they had the opportunity to do that at UFC 200 and didn't.
Yes.
So I don't think Dana's going to let that happen.
I don't think Vince would let that happen.
Vince
would let that
cleared
happen.
the fight, but I don't think he'd allow his belt to go there.
No, it's not going to be defended. He's just
No. I'm not saying it'd be defended. I don't think he'll physically let the belt
because
go
if he
there out of
loses-
fear
because
of
if
it
he
getting
loses-
stolen.
Or
Not
if he
even just
lo-
that, but
if he loses, it's going to make it look bad.
Yeah.
No,
I was going to say, if he was to walk into a real fight with that belt and lose, the credibility of WWE dies.
True.
do they have credibility?
They actually do lately. Christ, there's
Ronda Rousey brought credibility.
2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever. ESPN now has in their sports sections on the top, WWE is listed.
Yeah, they do a WWE.
Yeah.
Recap show.
Yeah, especially after the big ones.
So that's how you know there's credibility.
Money.
So
Vince gave them money.
on that note, that is the end of the show, everybody.
Yes.
Usually we do IMDb and Twitter polls and stuff like that, but we're not going to do that tonight.
We could do one IMDb. I want to see that movie. Keep quiet, be silent.
Yes.
Oh, A Quiet Place.
Quiet Place.
Yeah, there we go. I want to
A
see
Quiet
that.
Place. I do want it. I remember seeing the first trailer for it, going, "Oh, that looks interesting."
Yeah.
It was a teaser.
The more I
It was
see
a
it, the more I wanna see
teaser.
it.
Quiet Place looks very good.
Yes, it does. Yeah, because the newer movies were Blockers, A Quiet Place, Chappaquiddick. Yeah. But those are like the three big movies that are being released. But anyway, we'll talk about that next week. So, thank you, Cody, for being here.
No problem. Thank you guys for having us.
Thanks for coming. You now have to go watch some wrestling.
Yep, I have to drive to Syracuse tonight.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's going to go watch wrestling. Yes, he is.
You're a better man than me. I'm driving to almost Messina and I'm dreading it.
So thank you.
The struggle.
It's real.
First world problems.
Touche.
At its finest.
But thank you for being here, Cody.
No
Thank you,
problem.
Cody.
Thank you, guys.
Remember, North Country Tigers football
sorry,
starts
Cody.
June 2nd.
June 2nd.
Saturday night. Potsdam High School. Be there.
There you go.
Not a cool podcast will be.
So on behalf of Not a Cool Podcast, my name is Brad.
I'm not.
And that's Cody over there.
Yo.
So,
YOLO.
everybody on YouTube, thank you so much.
And nuns, I love you guys.
So, everybody,
Nuns in Watertown. Yeah.
have a good night, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye, YouTube. Now you're going to get a close-up of me, and I apologize for that completely.
Is it me?
Looking for.
Cody, I appreciate